I'd like to read to you the reason why we're in support of the anti-steering language of the amendment, Senator Stubbe. This is an email from an adjuster to my accountant/billing department in our Santa Rosa Beach location. Christine, we need to be able to work together if Apex is going to flourish. Other adjusters I've recently spoken with tell me they consistently have issues with Apex's invoices and they find unnecessary charges. Please understand that we're used to seeing excessive charges and would like to discuss that with an owner of your company. However, it appears that there's a groundswell of adjusters who are advising carriers to steer their clients away from seeking the services of Apex. So not my words, but the words of an adjuster actually mentioning steering their clients. So as an owner of the business, my concern right off the bat when I received this was, let's contact the adjuster. Let's see what these excessive charges are so we can get this taken care of. To my surprise, the excessive charges were two things. One, in the insurance industry, I'm sure you're aware that there's a pricing software called Xactimate. They include labor minimums. On this particular invoice was $18.34. And then we also charged overhead and profit, which in our industry is charged at 10 and 10, 10%, 10%, 20% total. So when I contacted the adjuster, he said, you need to remove the overhead and profit, and I explained to him very cordially that I invite you to come to our office, meet our employees, look at our warehouses, look at our fleets, look at what we have, and I assure you we do have overhead. And so I'd like to be able to charge for that. His response to me was simply this: you're playing in our world. If you want to play in our world, you have to play by our rules. I don't know what that meant other than he said to me to finish the conversation, I'd like to see for your business to flourish, but unless you play with us, it's not going to. That's one example. We also do business for independent insurance agencies directly in the Seagrove area, the Santa Rosa Beach, also Panama City. We have had, which I will not name the carriers, but we have had multiple carriers go directly to these agencies and threaten to pull their agency agreements from them if they continue to send us or other non-preferred vendors their business. I can prove that to you. Anyone who wants to contact me with any of this information, I'll be more happy to give it to you. But lastly, why are we in support of this? It's not just for our business. It's mainly for the consumer. I'm about to give you an exact reason. If you're familiar, Senator Gaines, with Rosemary Beach, this is a property roughly $2 million in value, and I can give you these enough to choke a horse on a weekly basis. This gentleman had a supply line bust behind his kitchen cabinets connected to an exterior wall, affected half of the main floor, Brazilian walnut floors, just trying to give you a picture here. We go and we set up what's called stabilization to help mitigate further damage from taking place, but we want to wait for the adjuster to get on site so we can talk together, agree on a scope, and move forward together in the process. That's the way it should be done. Well, they don't send an adjuster. They send a preferred vendor, or as we like to call it, a conflicted contractor. They go out. Now keep in mind, we've been stabilizing for 3 days. They get out. I have a video to prove this. I'll be more happy to send it to you, or if you want to see it today, I have it with me on my cell phone. They send out their preferred vendor. They do their testing. Congratulations, Mr. Homeowner, you're completely dry. There's no damage left to your property. You're good to go. We go out 45 minutes after that phone call was made, and we show that there's still 100% saturation behind cabinets, in cabinets, swelling and damaged cabinets, swelling, damaged floors, and the benevolent insurance carrier offered this man $6,500. You know as well as I do that that type of material, those type of kitchens, our estimate would have been somewhere in a ballpark around $45,000, all encompassing for the rebuild and the mitigation. He was offered $6,500. I guess the reason why we're totally in support of the Mr. Stubbe, Senator Stubbe's amendment is because two things are going to happen to that man's property. One, it's going to devalue the property in and of itself because What do we do in Florida? If he sells that property, he has to disclose that it's had water damage. He has to disclose that it's been affected with mold. So it's going to devalue his property, number one. Number two, if it's not corrected properly. Number two, it creates a potential health hazard for the inhabitants of the property. So we are in support of Senator Stubbe's amendment to the bill. I'm here for questions.
Thank you so much for being here. Okay, members, we're now on any further debate on Amendment 178904.